Hey, this is Kellen from Electric Wheelchairs USA, and today we're going to go over this unique all-terrain mobility scooter. It's called the Cheeta Ninja, and it's made by a company called Green Transporter. Now, this is a really nice heavy-duty mobility scooter. It has a design that is not the most eye-catching, but you can see the width of these tires. They're 6 inches in width. I can't remember off the top of my head how big the tires are, but you can see, I mean, look at my hand. I mean, it's a pretty big tire, but the capability of going off-road on this is really good. It's a really nice all-terrain mobility scooter. It comes standard with these baskets, so you have 2 in the back, and you also have 1 in the front. So this is great if you have a big property. Maybe you live on a farm, or you have a lot of acreage. You want to putz around your property. This is good for that. It's great for warehouse applications. So if you're a purchasing manager and you are with a big warehousing company and you need help getting around the warehouse to be more efficient with your time, this is a good scooter for that. We've had some people purchase it for that. Comes standard with a seat belt here. And this hitch right here is where the rear basket is. And again, these come standard, these 2 in the back and the 1 in the front. But this is a universal accessory hitch, so you can actually add other things to the back. Like you can add a bigger basket, you can add like a cane holder if you wanted to, and you can actually add an accessory, which we'll show you in another video, but it's an accessory that you can put onto it, and then you can attach a trailer to the back as well. So it's great for transporting things around. Has a full suspension, a really nice heavy-duty suspension, and an ATV-like suspension as well. So let's do a little ride along. We'll show you what this thing's capable of. So one thing to note about the Cheeta Ninja is it has this twist grip throttle. So something to keep in mind if you don't like that. You also have your speedometer here. It's operated with a lithium-ion battery. So this is your battery gauge, but one thing to note about lithium batteries is that they don't, this gauge doesn't work as far as letting you know exactly when it's time to recharge. But what you want to pay attention to on the Ninja is this number here. If you're standing still and you're at 49 volts, like you're not moving in the scooter, then you definitely need to recharge it. But if you get in the habit of just recharging your batteries and you're not using it, that's really the most important thing. I think charge time is about 4 to 6 hours to fully charge, and the charger goes from red and I think to blue when it's fully charged, but I'll find that out for sure and we'll show you that. It does come standard with this cell phone holder. Has a horn, you got turn signals. So just to show you the turn signals, they're right there. And you can see it on the back here. It's a lot easier to see at nighttime. So there's a left and right turn signal. Rear view mirrors are standard. This button will turn on the front headlight. And those are the most important features. Now, it comes standard on the right side. So if you're left-handed, you want it switched to the left side, you can definitely do that. Just let us know before ordering. One caveat to that you should be aware of is if it does switch to this side and you want a left side, right now when you accelerate, you have to grip it back. So if you switch to this side to accelerate, you have to grip forward to accelerate. And we do have an option to add a thumb throttle. So if you want to get that instead, you can definitely do that. That's all the basic things. Obviously 2 rear view mirrors. Let's test this thing out and show you what it can do. Now this scooter used to have a really fast acceleration, and it was actually too fast for a lot of people. So Green Transporter installed this I think they call it a slow start throttle. So it just doesn't accelerate so fast because it has so much power that it kind of, it was a bit too much for some people, but they fixed that. People are a lot happier with it. But don't let that fool you. This thing still has some power. It has an 1100 watt motor. It's a high ground clearance and has a heavy duty suspension. So it does have a top speed of 14 miles per hour. You can easily accelerate that, hit that speed on a paved surface, but it maintains that speed when you're on grass too. The turning radius is not the best, but I will tell you a little tip that you can do. A little tip you can do with the turning radius is there is a bolt on this side and there is a bolt on this side. You can't really see it. You can actually loosen these so they come out and it gives it more of a tighter turning radius, but I would not advise doing that because this is an ATV-like mobility scooter, so you don't want to do that. It can be dangerous, but you do have that ability to do that. So something to keep in mind if you didn't like it. But if you do adjust the turning radius, I would be very careful. One thing that we've gotten asked a lot about is there a two-seat configuration for this? And there is one coming soon, and we will have that available. It's really smooth ride right now. So when you're riding on this paved surface, I can barely feel the bumps because of its suspension. But let's take it off-road, show you what it's capable of. So it is kind of loud, as long as it's something you're okay with the baskets just banging around. Obviously, if you have fragile stuff in here in your baskets, you're not going to want to go fast on bumpy terrain. And let's actually show you the suspension in action here. One other thing too to note, there is another storage compartment right here. So you have additional storage down there. Show you the suspension. You can see the give it has. And despite it being kind of loud, believe it or not, it is really smooth. One thing I think that's really unique about this scooter is that it can actually climb curbs. I mean, and you don't have to fully accelerate to climb a curb. And I would not advise doing that either because, that can be dangerous. But let me show you how to climb a curb here. Let's find one. And the reason you're able to climb a curb is because it has a high ground clearance. So if it's like a super high curb, I probably wouldn't do that. Like, let's test this one. No problem. Got right up that curb. And that curb is like a standard size curb. I would say it's probably 6 inches. So as long as you go right up to it and you take the curb easy, you can get right up. I mean, it powers over the curbs easily. You can come down off curbs pretty easily too. So here's a curb coming down. I'm gonna take it slow. You can hear it kind of bottomed out there, but the frame is a really solid frame. There's no wiring or anything underneath of it, so you can take those kind of bumps. Let's take this little off-road adventure here. Going in all this high grass. All of this is so easy. It handles it without issue. And you can see top speed, 14 miles per hour. So we're going 14 on this bumpier terrain. So despite the type of terrain it's on, it can go just as fast. Another really great thing about this scooter is that it actually has a 35-degree incline rating. This thing is durable. Might not be the prettiest thing in the world, but if you just want something that's durable, that you can handle like different terrains, this would be great if you're like a hunter. You can get the accessory hitch, which we'll show you, or the accessory for the accessory hitch that will allow you to put a trailer on the back. You can use it for hunting and that purpose. I believe the battery range is around 25 miles on a charge. So it's got plenty of range. It'll last you all day without worry. One thing that people have talked about that they don't particularly like is the seat. So it's just a regular standard kind of stadium style seat. So it does have some padding on it, but it's not the most padded seat. But you can actually adjust, you can actually take the seat off, you could swap it out. So here's what the seat looks like. I mean, you can see there is a little padding on the back, so it's not terrible. Another unique thing to note is you can see the key is back here. So key's not on the front. Here's a speed control dial, so we have it all the way up. So you can turn it down if you wanted to turn it down. But I'll show you this real quick. Something kind of cool. You can remove this seat. So you can see here, this is the post that goes into that female part of the seat post, and this is the male. But what you can do, if you didn't like the seat, you can unscrew these, and then also the seat does slide forward and backwards, which is nice. You can unscrew these, and then you can put a new seat on here. You just have to drill them in. So if you wanted to do that, you could do that. But I believe Green Transporter is going to come out with a better seat in the future. Always modifying this thing. And one thing you might notice is the battery is on the front. And the reason it's up there is because of the torque this thing has. So it needs a little more weight in the front. Going over these different bumps, it's no match for it. This thing is powerful, and it's just really fun to drive. Another great thing about Green Transporter is that this scooter, the Cheeta Ninja, does have a 1-year warranty on parts and labor. So despite it being heavy duty, if you're pretty rough on it, you know, they're going to try to troubleshoot it over the phone with you. But if they can't resolve the issue over the phone, they will send a technician to you, which really is a testament of how well it's made. It's just a well-made scooter. Has a really solid frame, and it can handle terrain really well. So all in all, I mean, if you want something that can handle different terrains, full ATV-like suspension, you know, this is a great choice. As long as you don't care about the design, I mean, I think it looks okay. You know, I like the simplicity of it. It's a great scooter. So if you're interested, you have any questions, please give us a call, 1-800-682-9444, or visit us at electricwheelchairsusa.com.